When I think I was just born and I was diagnosed with encephalitis, which is fever in the brain. And I'm like, like I should keep questioning God, why me, why me? And then suddenly I had this thinking, a thought of change. And I just said, try me.
Did you ever lose hope for your father?
I was on antidepressants for the longest time.
Does it put a lot of pressure because you come from a very famous family and when you go through all this where you may want to talk about it and you feel कि नहीं यार मुझे लोग जज करेंगे तो मुझे बोलना नहीं चाहिए, ये battles होती हैं? आपका alcohol addiction हुआ था ना?
Yeah. It was tough.
How long was this alcohol addiction going on for? Was it a couple of weeks, couple of months?
A couple of months. There was no money given to me. My credit card was taken away. And it is one of the toughest, I think, phases I went through in my life. The most toughest. But it makes me smile today that I came out of it. I would, go out with my friends the previous night, get drunk to get lost and numb my brain. The next morning, I could not remember where I went, what I did. And that was scary. The day I got out of the rehab, the news was broken to me on a video call with Dad. He has cancer. And that was really, really tough for me.
सुनैना कैसी हैं आप?
बिल्कुल अच्छी, ग्रेट।
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ, एंड ऑनेस्टली आई मीन इट, मैं आपको बहुत सालों से जानता हूँ, ऑलमोस्ट 2 decades.
2 decades.
एंड आई एम वेरी वेरी इंस्पायर्ड बाय यू सुनैना, कि कैसे आपने बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैंडल की, उसको ओवरकम किया. एंड लॉट ऑफ रेस्पेक्ट एंड लव टू यू फॉर इट सुनैना, एंड आई मीन दैट मेरे दिल से.
Thank you, Sid. From being friends, now doing a podcast seems unreal.
I want to get back to baby सुनैना. I want you to relive जो बचपन के मोमेंट्स होते हैं ना, जो भी थॉट्स आते हैं. याद रखिए, आप एक दोस्त से बात कर रही है, हम लोग फ्लोट करेंगे साथ में आपकी जर्नी में. Tell me about your childhood.
Childhood was very good. Dad had a lot of struggles, but he never made us feel though, shortage of money hai and I can't do this for my wife, my children, for my brother, for brother meaning his brother, for my dadi. So he gave us a very comfortable childhood. He did not let me and my brother know that he couldn't afford to give us anything. It was very good, the childhood. Yeah, we saw Dad less in the house, but we were too young to understand the dynamics. So it was a very comfortable childhood where for summer holidays we would go to Kashmir with my grandfather's shootings for all his movies, and Khudgar's ka shooting, we all were there.
Acha.
So we had a very good, happy childhood. We weren't deprived of, okay, Dad is a struggling actor, so we can't get what other kids are getting. Dad made sure that we got everything. Maybe not to that extent, but we weren't deprived of any of our needs.
आपने मुझे बहुत ब्यूटीफुल वर्ड कहा, खुदगर्ज. आज तक मुझे बहुत सारे सीन्स याद है. आपको याद है क्या हो रहा था बिहाइंड द सीन्स जब आप गई थी as a little girl on the sets?
मैं कुछ sets पे I don't remember if I went, but I know what went on in the house while shooting for Khudgars.
क्या हुआ था?
That first Shatrughan Uncle Sinha was like, oh, Sir has told me, Rakesh ji told me to be on the sets. I have to make sure I'm on the set. Was he so punctual? And जब मैं story सुन रही थी, it was so heartwarming because, friends are like that.
Tell me, आप स्कूलिंग सब आपका सब बम्बई में हुआ था?
Yeah, it's up Bombay में.
कौन से स्कूल में गई थी आप?
I went to various schools, but yeah.
And as a student, how were you? क्योंकि मैं तो स्पोर्ट्स में बड़ा अच्छा था और एवरेज स्टूडेंट था, बट स्पोर्ट्स में बड़ा अच्छा था
मैं स्टूडेंट में 0 थी, but life taught me more lessons than what school would have taught me. And I'm happy that life taught me lessons than just books, because that are the lessons you learn and grow in life with.
How nice. एक टाइम था जब हमारे जनरेशन में लोगों को बोला जाता था कि यू गॉट टू स्टडी, बुक को चाटो, ये सब. एंड देन यू फाइंड अ लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स जिन्होंने पढ़ाई की, किताबें पढ़ के, but they later actually struggled in life क्योंकि they were not prepared for the exam of life.
Yeah.
है ना?
So for me, though I was horrible in studies, I said ठीक है, but I didn't know what life, the challenges I had to go through in life. So I'm happy that I went through real life challenges than just being like a good student, like a
person who's
just like a bookworm.
हाँ. आपको चाइल्डहुड में ही वेट इश्यूज हुए थे ना?
नहीं, I was a very chubby child.
जी.
Very very chubby child. But जब मैं teens में आई, I was very thin. And yeah.
जब आप chubby child थी, I believe it's okay for kids to be chubby, right? But उस वक्त was there weight issues? Yeah, it was just being a chubby child.
I was born a chubby child.
अच्छा.
So at that time, there weren't any issues.
So when did these health issues start आपका? कब हुआ?
Start हुआ when I think I was just born, and I was diagnosed with encephalitis, which is fever in the brain. I was barely 3-4 months old, and then my battles with illnesses started way back from then. And yeah, my mom was only 17, 18 to go through this with her firstborn. Everybody was like scared. They didn't know what to do. They both were children when they were growing up, when we were born. So yeah, but I pulled through it.
And वो illness बहुत सालों से आपके साथ था?
नहीं, I got cured within a month, 2 months of being in the hospital, but then I was fine after that. So I've been a fighter since the beginning. Since the day I was born, I've been fighting all this.
What are the things that you fought in life with?
Well, there was tuberculosis, meningitis, there was cancer, there was jaundice, and a lot of other things which I really don't want to get into right now. And a lot of small illnesses in between, which are not death-defying, but you have to fight through a lot of illnesses.
That's a lot to have in life, Sunena. There's a lot.
It is.
But one thing's beautiful is आप और मैं 2025 में बातें कर रहे हैं. God is great.
Yeah, he is. He's truly great.
Yeah. इतने सारे illnesses जो हो रहे थे, did that impact your life? Because when we are all the way we are, when we lead a normal existence, हम लोग सब कुछ कर सकते हैं, है ना? क्योंकि हम लोग को सोचना नहीं पड़ता है. But back to back ये सारी चीजें हो रही थी आपके साथ. Did it affect your normal way of existence?
Well, it did. It only made me stronger. It made me more positive. I reached a point where I'm like, ठीक है, illness है, I'll fight it and I'll come out of it. So that's the only impact it had on me.
All these illnesses, ये कौन से phase में, or was it spread out?
Well, when I was a kid, it was like way back, many years back. My tuberculosis, meningitis, and my cancer was, I think, in a span of 3 to 4 years.
What were you going through in your head at that time? जब कभी-कभार होता है कि अच्छा this हुआ, okay good, I'm over it, and then you find another thing coming your way.
Well, you know, Sid, when I had tuberculosis, meningitis, after being in the hospital for 1 month, I was homebound for 4 months, and every day it started getting more and more frustrating for me. And I'm like, like I used to keep questioning God, why me, why me? And then suddenly I had this thinking, a thought of change. And I just said, try me. So now every time I'm faced with a challenge, I think God is fed up of saying that isko main kitna bhi dunga, she'll come out of it. So that really made me think very, very positive. And when I was in the hospital with tuberculosis meningitis, Papa came up to me and he said, "Next, tough times don't last, tough people do." After that, I thought I'd become a warrior. Kuch bhi ho jaye, I'm tough. I'll overpass it, overcome it, and come out better.
आपके मम्मी पापा का क्या इम्पैक्ट रहा है आपके लाइफ में?
They've had a very positive, good influence on me. They've always supported me. I remember when I had tuberculosis meningitis, I could not take any kind of light. So Dad, while in the hospital, when I was in the hospital, Dad was so cutely, even if like light jali bhi thi, he would go and cover it up. My daughter shouldn't get, the light on her face. It will trouble her. So Dad and mom being the mom, she's really taken care of me like anything. I mean, she's cried in front of me, but Dad was also like shattered being the firstborn. And it's not about, again, as you said, one illness. Illness on illness, illness on illness. So agar abhi mujhe bukhar bhi hota hai, I can't tell him and he'll freak out. I can't even tell him today I have a headache. He'll get all hypo.
ये जनरली होता है, आई एम अ फादर टू 2 baby girls, right?
Yeah.
Adhira and Saisha, 96. Father daughter bonds incredible होता है, you would know it better.
Yeah.
पिताजी कभी रोए आपके सामने, or was he maintaining that front की ठीक है, I am the papa and मैं इनके सामने break down नहीं हो सकता हूँ?
He never cried in front of me, but I got to know how many times he cried behind my back. And it's not only him who cried, my mom, my brother, but Dad is like, I'm this tough person from the outside, but from inside he's like cotton. उनका दिल एकदम मलमल से भी मलमल है.
इस दौरान आई एम श्योर ऋतिक जो आपके भाई हैं वो भी क्या पापा की तरह फोर्ट होल्ड करने के चक्कर में बड़े स्ट्रॉन्ग दिखाते थे आपको, या वो अपनी वनरेबिलिटीज आपको दिखाते थे?
Nobody showed me them being vulnerable in front of me because, like I knew I could fight it. But they didn't know that I was so strong mentally that whatever they showed me, it would break me. So everybody tried to put on a super brave front, where if my father was in the hospital with me for tuberculosis and mom was in the hospital with me, Dugu would be back then researching for everything. He would be more behind the scene of a brother than in front of the scene. He would be researching, calling up doctors. So each one of them supported me equally and in a big way, in their own way.
I have loved your family like my own. I have a lot of love for Hrithik, you, Rakesh sir as well. And मैंने notice किया है आप सब बड़े simple है अंदर से. That's what I've noticed in Rakesh sir. I met your mother only once or twice, but Rakesh sir and Hrithik, it's so beautiful. I want to relive moments of you when the first time you were diagnosed with cancer. It's a very bhari bharkam disease, right?
Yeah.
Well, you must have been very shaken up.
I wasn't.
You weren't?
I wasn't. At the only time I was shaken up because we'd gone to Jaslok and the doctor said that, Mr. Roshan, I would like to have a word with you alone. And I know with mom and dad alone, and I was, sitting in the lobby outside the cabin. And I knew कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. Otherwise, why would they call dad and mom alone? So for me, Sid, it's always been like, if I know I have something to deal with, it becomes easier for me. Then not knowing the unknown is what makes it difficult for me to deal with. So, and it just so happened, I mentioned it everywhere. I was at Leelavati with Dr. Kiran Coelho, the whole family, my grandparents, my brother, my parents, my Suzanne, they all were waiting. And I just casually asked doctor while going up to the room that, "Doc, I have cancer." She's like, "Yeah." I said, "ठीक है." And I said, does my parents know? Does my family know? Yeah. I walked in like a warrior. I'm like, "Guys, I have cancer. Don't worry, I'll fight it." So that put them at so much of ease that, okay, at least the first ease was that we don't have to tell her. How will she take it? How do we tell her? So I broke the news to them that, listen, I know I have cancer and I'll fight it.
कौन सा स्टेज का कैंसर था ये और कौन सा कैंसर था particularly?
It was stage 1. It was one of the 10 rarest cancers in the world, the lymphoma of the cervix. And I had to go through 6 chemotherapies. But on the 4th chemo, after my 4th session, I was back on the sites, on the sets of Crazy 4. Shooting there, having a blast. That is the only time I was pampered because of the restrictions I couldn't do on the sets. Yeah, and I enjoyed working even then.
तो आप after your 4th chemo आप sets पे पहुंची of Crazy
और
काम कर रही थी वहाँ पे.
Yeah.
आप क्या कर रही थी sets पे as in काम माने as an AD?
No, as an AD, as a producer. But मेरी वो आदत है, even though I'm a co-producer, to see how everything is going. Is everything going fine? And we were doing that song with Shah Rukh Khan, Crazy 4, at Yash Raj Studios, and Ahmad Khan was choreographing it. And he just comes up to me and he goes like, "Sunaina, I just heard you had cancer." I said, "Yeah." "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I do." खत्म बात.
कभी कभार कैंसर रिकर करता है, इट रिकर्स अगेन एंड अगेन. आपका ये 6 कीमो के बाद, रेडिएशंस के बाद सब?
No, I just had 6 chemos. Luckily, the doctor was so good that he did not remove my uterus. But Mary Fati, after I'd gone through that whole cycle of chemo and had to go for a PET scan to see if there is a reoccurrence of cancer. That is the time, Mary Fati, I'm like, what if there is? We have fought in this cycle. I don't know how I'll fight the second cycle. And that's the time I was petrified. Luckily, God was kind. I fought. It all came out clean.
When you keep saying, I fought back, अलग-अलग तरह से लोग fight back करते हैं, सुनैना. Some people talk to their family and say, you know what, Papa, Bhaiya, Ma, I'm going through this. Were you fighting the battle अपने दिमाग में, or were you expressing to the people around you ताकि वो आपको help कर सके?
I was fighting it in my mind. And then, of course, through my actions, to my laughter, to my, sense of humor, I was expressing it to my family, my friends.
And your father, उन्होंने कहीं कहा था, जब उनके साथ कैंसर हुआ, he was actually inspired आपसे, आपके situation से.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, it feels proud that I could inspire a man like Rakesh Roshan, who's a tough taskmaster, not only at work but at home too. And when I See, for me, when I had cancer, Sid, I treated it very normally, as though मुझे बुखार है. But when I saw Dad going through cancer, that's when I realized, oh my God, cancer is lethal. There were times when, he would call me into his room in the house. And I would be like, I used to be crying, I can't face him. But then I would look at myself in the mirror, start laughing at myself, and then go, meet Dad with a happy smile. I didn't once let him feel though, I was disturbed, because for me, for him, his daughter is his life. If I would show him I'm at unease, it would probably not make him feel that good. So I think I knew and I did it by just putting up a brave front. I was a second nurse to him.
Did you
And
ever
it was
feel...
very sad for me. It was very heartbreaking for me to see a tough person like that helpless. It was very tough for me to see that about him.
Did you ever lose hope for your father?
No, not once.
कभी नहीं सोचा कि what
if a gunshot could not kill him, what cancer would kill him? So I knew he would get over it. He would come out of it.
So much has happened with you all around you. The gunshot. My God.
We are a family of fighters who never believe in not giving up.
So Dad came out of cancer. Then after your own cancer, which you overcame, you again had another health issue. What was that?
I had jaundice. I had cancer in the year 2007. Then I had jaundice in the year 2023. And that was a turning point in my life, where I said, you know what, enough of health issues. I have to take now the healthier route out. And I just did that, and here I am, eating healthy, training.
Fatty liver, right? A lot of people understand what it is, but I want you to explain it to the few percentage who may not understand what fatty liver is all about. Can you tell us that?
There are different grades of fatty liver. There is grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. It is very much related to the junk food, alcohol addictions. Like, it could vary from people to people. Junk food, people are always eating junk food. So for me, that was one of the reasons that I had a grade 3 fatty liver, because as I've said, I always say it now, that I was addicted to junk food. I couldn't eat at home. अगर घर पे भी खाना था, so it had to be oily, masala, everything. I'm not eating healthy food for so many years of my life.
तुम्हारे घर में अच्छा खाना होता था, तब भी आप जंक फूड खाती थी?
जंक फूड बाहर से या घर में जो भी बनता था, a lot of masala, a lot of ghee, butter. So I never ate healthy. Wherever I went, I never ate healthy.
So being your friend, I want to ask you, कभी कभार लोग unhealthy खाते हैं because they're going through depression and they don't understand that and they end up consuming unhealthy food too. Was that the case with you too?
No, that wasn't the case. I was just addicted to the taste of unhealthy food even now is far better than, eating at home. But then I made that switch. I said, after jaundice, I knew I'd lost like about 9-10 kilos. And I asked my doctor and my dad on separate days, will I put on the weight back? I want to lose that weight in 9-10 kilos in 6 months. But then I was like, okay, I've lost 9-10 kilos. God has given me a golden chance. Meko 2 hafte mein he's made me lose these many kilos. I cannot let go of this opportunity. And I just said now or never. And for me, it was very easy because jaundice, as we all know, you can't eat, too many spices, too much of heavy food. So for me, it was a gradual process. Yeah, but it changed my life for the better.
Fatty liver also means obesity. It could lead to obesity, no?
Yeah, I
Yes.
was obese. Uh, I had a bariatric, I was 130 kilos. I had a bariatric a couple of years back, but that did not stop me from eating unhealthy, eating junk food. I was still addicted to eating junk and unhealthy food. And there
So
are no shortcuts. And I didn't do the bariatric to lose weight. I did it more for health reasons like diabetes, sleep apnea, high blood pressure. So I did it for only to get my other issues, my health problems out of the window, not just to lose weight.
when the family sees you कि आप बैठी हैं सामने और आप जंक फूड खा रही हैं, उनके लिए तो बहुत ट्रॉमेटिक होगा मेंटली, बिकॉज उनको भी समझ हो रहा होगा कि ये क्यों ऐसे खा रही है, इट्स नॉट गुड फॉर हर. तो उस वक्त मॉम, डैड, ऋतिक, सुजैन, इन सब ने आपको रोका?
डैड ने बहुत रोका. डैड के सामने नहीं खाती थी, बट बाद में खाती थी.
रूम में जाके?
हाँ, रूम में, या आई शुड टेल द स्टाफ, अच्छा जब पापा निकल जाएंगे या पापा जाएंगे सब मेरे लिए एक्स्ट्रा रखना. मेरा पॉकेट मनी चला जाता था. माई मनी वुड जस्ट गो इन ईटिंग फूड फ्रॉम आउटसाइड.
Did all these things lead to you getting mentally depressed too?
No, I used to suffer from a lot of anxiety,
जी.
but it didn't depress me because I was enjoying what I was doing, eating out. So it didn't ever depress me. Yes, I've always been an anxious person. I still am.
I respect you so much, Sunaina, that how you're talking about things which a lot of people wouldn't, because I know आपका मकसद है कि लोगों को इंस्पायर करना. तो बचपन से ही आपके पास ये एंशियसनेस का प्रॉब्लम था?
No, it came in much later. I think nowadays people have bachpan se anxiousness, not back then. They're also open to, like back then we didn't even know what the word anxious, anxiety was all about. I think anxious is more of the fear of the unknown, of the future. So that's where I started getting anxious. And yeah, I was anxious before coming here. Facing you and your question, I was anxious over here.
Are you still anxious?
Yeah, I am.
I think we're doing okay.
Yeah, it's getting less, but I am.
It's getting less.
It's
no?
getting less, but I am.
I told you, I've got your back. Anxiousness यानी कि fear of the unknown. But ये सब खुद को समझ आना, सुनैना, is not easy. I know a lot of my dearest friends who've gone through various types of forms of depression, but उनको खुद पता नहीं था कि this is what they go through. Were you aware that you had this problem of anxiety? Yeah, a particular incident made you realize that?
I was very well aware of the anxiety I was going through. I was on antidepressants for the longest time, not anymore though. So I think once you're aware of, why this is happening to your body and, how to deal with it, it becomes very easy. Once you embrace what you're going through, it becomes very easy to fight it.
How long
or to
were you-
overcome it.
How long were you on antidepressants?
For a lot of many years.
And were you also seeking therapy उस वक्त?
Yeah, I was, back then, said we didn't have therapists. But yeah, I'm over it now, and that is what matters.
And how long did it take you to overcome that anxiety?
Well, I still get anxious. Anxious is something that you cannot overcome. Like people have anxiety of going onto the stage. The different, forms of anxiety everybody has. So you cannot define anxiety to just one situation. It's just that some people talk about it, some people don't. But I think we should all talk about it because, we can help each other in so many different ways to, to talk about it openly. It shouldn't be a taboo. A panic attack or anxiety shouldn't be a taboo anymore. There's nothing wrong, we're all humans.
Does it put a lot of pressure because you come from a very famous family and when you go through all this, where you may want to talk about it and you feel कि नहीं यार मुझे लोग जज करेंगे तो मुझे बोलना नहीं चाहिए, ये battles होती हैं?
See, for me, I've never really cared or bothered about what people have to say about me because they don't know where all this is coming from where my anxiousness is coming from. So I really don't, as long as my parents knew, my loved ones knew, I was absolutely fine. I don't really care about what people say or do anymore. That's their problem, not mine.
क्या ये thought हाल ही में आया where I don't care what people think, या ये आपके बचपन से ही ऐसी mentality थी?
I've always been this bindas person.
A rebel?
Not a rebel. Bindas मतलब like जो होएगा देखा जाएगा. I'm going to live for now. Let people say whatever they want to. I am what I am. I've never been a rebel for sure. But I've always had this bindas attitude where sometimes I may just say something not knowing I might be embarrassing the other person, but I'm just this person. Yeah, but after jaundice, I became more serious than just being bindas, especially with my health.
You had to go through a lot, especially there was a phase जब आपका alcohol addiction हुआ था ना?
Yep. It was tough. And see, there are two types of, drinking alcohol is not a bad thing, but alcoholism is where you don't have control over your drinks. So I was going through a very, very difficult time of my phase. I was very vulnerable emotionally. I had to numb my senses. So I started drinking. And I know that was the worst phase of my life.
But you used to drink throughout the day?
Yeah, there were times. It started with drinking, every 3 days, 2 days. But then the addiction is such that, sometimes during the day, sometimes during the whole day, sometimes in the evenings. And it's a vicious cycle. Because I've fallen off beds, injured myself, gone to restaurants, had a slip from the chair. So it was a very, very difficult phase. And I didn't like myself doing that to myself. And it's a very vicious cycle. Why? Because, you get a high, your brains are numb. But the next day, it's like you've got more anxiety, more panic attacks, dehydration, you have no energy to do something. So to get back into the good state, you start drinking again. So it's a very vicious cycle to be in. You feel good one day, once the alcohol effect wears off, you go down the drain again, then you come up. So it wasn't working for me. I knew I had to get rid of it.
You lost yourself in all this?
I did not lose myself, but I became very aware that I have I'm an alcoholic, and I took responsibility. I took charge of my life, and I sat my parents down one fine day, and I said, this is the environment, it's not going to help me come out of it, because I really want to get out of it. That wasn't me being succumbed to a substance to feel good for a couple of hours. So I sat my parents down. I said, find me a good rehab. Before they could find, I found out. I booked my tickets, booked my room in the rehab, and I flew. I said, I have to get myself cured because this is the only phase of my life where my parents could not help me. They couldn't take me to the best doctors or anything. This was the phase I had to help myself, and I did exactly that. And today, my parents, me, my brother, they're all so proud that I decided I want to get cured. This is not something I am or I'm liking to be. And being in an environment in our city or in our country, I could never get rid of it.
How long was this alcohol addiction going on for? Was it a couple of weeks, couple of months?
A couple of months where there was no money given to me. My credit card were taken away. And yeah, and I just knew again, as I told you, Sid, it was a very unpleasant situation for me to be in. And I knew I had to fight this too. And I knew being in Bombay, I couldn't. I needed to get away from this whole environment to fight back and come back strong.
So your family did not give you money because they obviously understood
that I'm what
you would take the money and buy alcohol or
Yeah.
credit cards. Then what would you do to get the alcohol then? क्योंकि पैसे तो रोक दिए थे family ने.
जिसको कुछ चाहिए होता है ना वो कैसे भी निकाल देता है.
आप कैसे निकालती थी?
I had my ways. So I did it somehow or the other. I managed. But
क्या उनके सामने ये सब हो रहा था? ऋतिक, mom dad के सामने आप डील करते
Hrithik didn't stay with us. I mean, he shifted out. But yeah, dad and mom के सामने हो रहा था.
So mom and dad आपको देख रहे थे consume करते हुए alcohol. And they
No, I
couldn't-
wouldn't consume it in front of them, but they knew I was consuming alcohol. They knew I was falling off beds. They knew I was injuring myself, as in not injuring, but just slipping here or there.
Yeah, you were not doing self-harm.
Yeah, I wasn't doing
I get the
self-harm.
point, yes.
The only self-harm I was doing was consuming alcohol, which is a self-harm by itself. And it's not good for anybody. So I would just tell everybody out there, do not use this as an escape. There are better ways to feeling good. There are better ways to deal with situations today. Back then, you can meditate, seek a help of a therapist. You know, there's so many other positive things out there. Go to a yoga retreat. Practice meditation, practice gratitude. Back then, we didn't have so much of positive things to do.
क्या episodes of mental hallucinations होते थे आपके साथ?
Never.
Never.
I yet thank God never.
You're reliving those moments with me right now of what you went through, and it takes a
Yeah.
very, very brave
It is one of
woman.
the toughest, I think, phases I went through in my life. The most toughest. But it makes me smile today that I came out of it. I told my parents that I want to get cured, and I just did that. Because they weren't willing me to, I think they were scared to send me to a rehab, but I made that choice. That either I'm not going to get cured, no matter what happens. And yeah.
When you were going through alcohol addiction, क्या आप लोगों से कट ऑफ थी या फ्रेंड्स को भी मिलती थी, उनके साथ पीती थी?
I would meet friends who would give me alcohol.
अच्छा, वो टाइप ऑफ फ्रेंड्स
Friends there, yeah.
कि जो पीते थे उन्हीं को साथ में रखो.
Yeah, but then at times, then there came a time where I wasn't allowed to meet friends who were drinking.
तो ऑब्वियसली उस वक्त तो यू वुड वांट टू एक्सप्लोड, राइट? क्योंकि जो चीज़ आपको चाहिए आपको नहीं मिल रही है,
Yeah,
फैमिली ने रोक दिया है, तो यू वुड बी रेजिस्टिंग दैट आल्सो फ्रॉम योर फैमिली.
yeah.
वुड यू?
Yeah, it was very, very tough. But that is the only thing which I didn't have control over. My parents, my father did his best to control. But as I told you earlier, I needed to get cured. I needed to get out of this damn vicious cycle. It wasn't me. A strong woman than me couldn't have succumbed to this. I did. Everybody has their weak points, their low days, and I did. But I'm out of it now. And I'm feeling proud that I'm coming here talking on your podcast to inspire people that, more than making you feel happy, it's a disaster that it can create in your life. Alcohol, any type of intoxication, it's not a happy thing. It's not a good thing to do at all. Under any circumstances, do not do it. It's very, very lethal. It can lead to some horrible after effects or sometimes even death.
What was that point, that one moment, if you remember, where you said, gosh, I have to get out of it? Some instant may have happened.
Okay, there were days when I would, go out with my friends the previous night, get drunk to get lost to numb my brain. The next morning, I could not remember where I went, what I did. And that was scary. And that's when I said, I have to take charge and get over this.
You're blank on what happened.
The previous day, the previous night. I said now or never, and that was scary.
Was it also because you had the wrong set of friends?
No, I've always had a good set of friends. But not even knowing what I spoke to my parents the previous night, it's scary enough not to remember it the next day. So that's when I realized it's not about alcoholism now, it's that fear of not remembering what I said the previous day, the previous evening. That was the turning point where I said, I have to get cured.
What are the other things that you did during that phase that you're not very proud of?
I think being an alcoholic is something that it's never not to be proud of any which ways.
Did you say or do things when you said, oh my God, that's not me, but why did I say that?
No. I think my family understood that why I said that, because I was the influence of alcohol. So they probably they did understand where it was coming from.
So what was said was because of the influence of alcohol?
Yeah, of course.
Then you went on your own to this rehab center. How long were you there?
It's a 28-day course, and it's not like a normal rehab. It's a rehab where it's basically any kind of addictions are treated over there. And it was a 28-day course where there were like about 5-6 counselors grilling you and grilling you and grilling you. It was worse than the normal rehab. I don't know what the normal rehab is all about. But this was in one room for 8-9 hours where they're just grilling you.
How do you handle this kind of grilling when you're in the most vulnerable state?
Well, to get out of that vulnerable stage, I went to the rehab. I had no choice because over there I went with the knowing that I will get better, I will get out of it. So I went with that hope. Yes, this is one step of moving ahead in life to get over my alcoholism.
So 28 days, do they allow you to speak to your parents, your brother, your family during those 20 days?
When on admission, mom had to give them the numbers I was supposed to, who could call me. There were no cell phones, there was no sugar allowed, no coffee, no chocolate, anything that is addictive again. No perfumes. So.
And who all knew at that time that you became an alcoholic? It was those set of friends jo the and your parents?
There's a very good friend of mine, I guess you know him. He knew about it, my family knew about it. And that's about it. And I've never shied away from telling at that point, yes, I'm into drinking. Everybody has, everybody faces some issue on the other in life where they are emotionally vulnerable.
You and I have known each other for close to 20 years.
20 years.
When we used to bump into each other at parties, I always thought you were very, very loving, warm and affectionate. And we may not have spent too much time together, but
I was always so fond of you.
And likewise, Sunaina. Was that also the time when you were in that phase?
No.
You were out of it at that time?
It was before that. But it was after that, sorry.
Oh, after that.
After that.
You are very, very emotional as a person, I know that. And I think emotional people are beautiful people because they've got their heart in the right place.
They're empathetic people.
Of course, which you are. Your parents are like that. I mean, your father's like that. When a person who seeks love does not get love the way they want to, do you lose faith in love?
No, not at all. I'm so grateful for all the people I have who love me unconditionally. And love comes in so many other different forms. I've never lost faith in love. Because I've seen my parents loving me, my family, my close ones loving me so unconditionally. So how can I lose faith in love?
The few relationships that didn't work out, did you analyze it as to why it didn't work out?
It didn't. I moved on.
So you came out of it. Once you were out of rehab, कभी कभार होता है जो मैंने सुना हुआ है that alcoholics generally succumb to it again. आपके साथ हुआ वैसे?
Well, जब मैं rehab से निकली, I said, okay, I'm done with the rehab. I'm going to have a good time in the sense, be easy and not drink alcohol. The day I got out of the rehab, the news was broken to me on a video call with Dad. He has cancer. And that was really, really tough for me. Just coming out of a 28-day hardcore counseling. And over there, that instructed all the people who are there for various forms of addictions that, you can't do anything strenuous for the next 2 months. And there I enter, do a video call with Dad. And he tells me, next, I have cancer. And I was blown. I was shattered to know my dad has cancer. I didn't sleep one night. Mom was sleeping. I was in the loo calling up, I think every doctor 10,000 times. So I dealt with that.
So you've come out of rehab.
And then I'm just told this news that Dad has cancer. Just when I said, rehab se aake abhi thoda life easy hoega. And I was just, this news was broken by Dad himself, and that shattered me again. It shattered me very, very badly.
Did it shatter you more than what you went through?
Oh yeah, of course. 100 times, 1,000 times more than what I went through. But at that time, I was in my 30s or 40s. Dad was getting old. And he's been my pillar of strength. To see my pillar of strength go through this. But I knew he's a fighter, he would come out of it too.
Yeah, he's won a lot of battles.
Yeah, he has.
How did he handle this whole process of cancer?
Of his cancer?
Yeah, his cancer.
He was very brave. He was very brave. I remember his first chemo. And he was like, Acha, like a drip. I don't mind taking it every day.
So literally he was like, bring it on.
Yeah.
How did you hold yourself during his cancer phase? Because obviously, You were hurting inside.
I was scared.
You were scared.
I wasn't hurting, I was scared of what may happen to him. But then I had my full faith in God. I started going to Siddhivinayak every day. I did the works for my satisfaction that, in whatever little way I have faith in God, He'll get my father better. It's not in our hands. It's in God's hands.
Even Ritik had health issues, right? That again must have been very, very, very tough on you.
Yeah, it was tough on all of us. We are a close-knit family of 4. So if any one of us has a extreme health issues, it's tough on everybody.
You have Ritik and Dad, your 2 heroes, and I'm sure you're a hero for them too,
Yeah.
including your mom. How did Ritik react to his illness? And was there a similarity in how Dad reacted to his illness in terms of mindsets?
We always been very brave. We knew we had to fight it. So all of us, 3 of us, have this one attitude, hai to fight ho jaye. We'll fight it. And we did exactly that.
Did Ritik also express his vulnerabilities during this illness?
Well, I am an extrovert. So I would laugh, joke about it, but he's the silent person. Like, yeah, I never expressed that, oh, meko ye kyun ho raha hai. I would express it by cracking jokes, laughing it. But Ritik is one person who keeps things good or bad always, in him. But it was heart-wrenching for me to see him go through that too again.
He's your baby bro.
Yeah, he is.
You know?
But again, today what makes us who we are is because we've fought everything, come out, and it's the past.
Were you a strict sister to him when he was growing up? Or were you
Ulta tha, he was a strict brother to me. Don't talk to this one, do it. He was a big bully.
He was possessive about you?
Possessive bully?
Yeah? How could he bully you, yeah?
Didi, if you don't give me this rubber, if you don't give me this pencil of yours, I'll go and tell mom, dad. This is the way he would bully me. Subeh, he didn't like having milk at all.
Huh.
So, Didi, please have this milk for me. And I was a milk baby. Uske liye peeti thi. If I didn't want to have it, he would put it in the plants. So he would bully me a lot.
When you look back in life now, which are the moments where you felt that you were giving up? We all have that moment where we give up too. We can't always be saying, मैं कर रही हूँ, मैं कर रही हूँ, मैं कर दूँगी. कभी give up moment आया था आपको?
Like I said, when I was an alcoholic, I didn't say I want to give up. That is the only time I succumbed to an outside good escape like alcoholism. Otherwise, I've never succumbed to anything like this ever in my life.
Have you given up alcohol completely now?
Well, I did. I mean, during jaundice, I had to give it up totally. But now, occasionally, very, very occasionally. And the difference between, as I told you even earlier, between alcohol and alcoholism is alcoholic does not know where to control their drinks. But today I know where to stop. A lot of people have drinks every day, but that does not term them as alcoholic because they know where to stop. So today I know where to stop. And it's not like every day. Once in a blue moon.
You've gone through a phenomenal transformation. It is unbelievable. From that chubby girl.
You've known me 20 years back.
Must have taken a lot of effort to become this version of yourself now.
Not effort here, but a lot of willpower. A lot of willpower.
How did you get to this transformation? What are the things you did to get to where you are now?
Firstly, I just said for me, dad would be like, lose weight, go to the gym. But after jaundice, I said, I have to do this for myself. I have to start leading a healthy life. After this, I don't want to be on a wheelchair. I refuse to go to the hospital for anything. So my transformation began slowly, but I knew my life is going to be eating the right food, training, and by God's grace, He's given me, my calling is to help people become unbreakable.
डेलुलू सोलुलू बच्चे की जान लोगे क्या? हाई ऑन चाय, चाय प्रेमी विचित्र प्राणी बुलाती है मगर जाने का नहीं. Yes, Angar's latest collection of t-shirts, hoodies, jumpsuits are out. Trendy, cool, new designs with slogans that you and I see in our daily lives at affordable prices. Also, if you're an Angar customer, if you have the Angar merchandise with you, click pics with them and post it on your Instagram and tag me at @Sid_Kannan and I would love to repost them. Angar pehno or Angar machao. You're now very vocal on social media.
Yes.
About the transformation that you've gone through. But social media is not the easiest place to be in because people sometimes come up with their own theories as to how you become thin, how you become like this, how you become like that, how you've lost weight. Is that tough getting those judgments from people who are trying to analyze how you lost weight?
Initially it was, because I was very new to this scene of putting up your transformation reel, your wellness reel on Instagram or social media. It was tough, but today I don't care. I'm like, you know what, people can say whatever they want to. I know what it's taken me to be here, and I really don't care. I can't stop people from talking. It's my journey and I know how I've lived through it.
I remember once I was doing the voiceovers for IFA and Hrithik was backstage and he was walking up and down talking to himself to pump himself up, which is what I do to myself too. When we come in front of a crowd, we motivate.
Pump in what way?
Like you talk to yourself, like how boxers do, right? Boxers bhi apne aap se baat karte ki, hey, you can do it, man, and all that. Because you motivate your own self by talking to yourself. How do you motivate yourself?
I just know that I have to eat healthy because whatever I've achieved in these 2 years, I don't want to let it go down the drain. If I'm on a platform where I have started inspiring and motivating people, it's a big burden. So I have to, and it's not about motivation anymore, it's become a lifestyle for me. Like people who know me, they know if my food is on time and I'm like my training, the days when I don't train, but then my food is always on time. That's one thing I'm very particular about is food because that's your main source of energy and everything else.
Are you away from junk food now?
Totally. My stress buster meal is a pizza, but that also 2 slices and I'm over.
You know, whenever celebrities lose weight, लोगों का कहना होता है कि यार ये natural way से नहीं हुआ है. You know, किसी ने Ozempic कुछ होता है, वो लिया होगा, वगैरह वगैरह. You use the complete natural route?
Everything natural. I don't believe in doing anything unnatural because your body may not have, the side effects then, but will definitely have side effects later. And my whole journey is on Instagram. How I came and how I've lost weight and everything is there.
Lot of people have lot of friends and there are some people who have only 2-3 friends. How are you as a person? Do you have a lot of friends around you?
There was a time when I had a lot of friends, But today, my friend circle is just a dot. I sleep early, I wake up early, have my things to do, and I can't indulge in that gossip every day. I don't have time to today. And if I have had the time to, I've never done that. But as they say, as you grow, your priorities change, your friend circle change. So, and for me right now, I'm very focused on my health, on my training, what I want to achieve. So, I've in a way now become a loner, but I'm happy about that.
You were an extrovert, or are you an extrovert even now?
I'm an extrovert to people whom I'm very close to. Otherwise, I've become an introvert.
They say that sometimes we all in our journey of life meet a lot of fake friends. At that time, we don't realize it, and later on, we realize it, and that's when our circle becomes small. Like at one time when I used to step out, मुझे लगता था कि सब लोग मेरे best friend हैं. And I remember I had a lady friend of mine who was slightly older than me, who used to tell me, how can you have so many best friends, Siddharth? And I was like, I have best friends. And today, when I'm 45 years old, I have very few good friends, and I'm happy about those few good friends. When was that moment when you realized I don't need so many people around me, and I'd rather have that dot of friends?
A year and a half back, when my full focus changed from having like a youth circle of friends to knowing what I have to do, and then I don't even have the time to do all that anymore. My full day is packed.
How's your day like?
Very good. I wake up, eat my breakfast, then my pre-workout meal, post-workout meal, work, and then do my work, my reels. Again, back to like writing something, reading something, meditating. So it just goes by in a jiffy. I sleep early.
You said you're a loner now. Have you ever felt lonely in this journey at any point of time?
Never. In these 2 years, you mean? Never.
In general, in life, I'm saying.
No, I've never felt lonely ever. And even today, though I'm a loner, I have a dot of friends where I call them up, I laugh, joke, and that's about it. And today I have to be alone if I have to do good work. I have to be alone now to think what I want to do in my life, what is the next step forward. So being lonely today is good for me. It works for me.
To be a loner, to do what is good for me, which is the next step. What is the next step?
I'll just let life unfold. Life is full of surprises. I didn't know I would be on this journey of inspiring and motivating people and helping them become the unbreakable you till about a year back. So life has been really full of good surprises for me.
There's lots in store, I know. But I love the fact that how you said God to me a couple of times. आप हमेशा God fearing थी या एक particular phase में आप spiritual हो गई थी?
See, I've always been a very religious person. I've always believed in God the Almighty. But now my beliefs in God has even strengthened.
So you actually go to places of worship and pray?
I don't go to places of worship and pray, but I believe in just acknowledging the fact there is God, giving Him gratitude for all that He's done for us and everything He's doing for us. I mean, I enjoy going to places to worship Him, but then we all can't do that on an everyday basis. I enjoy the festivals, the Shivratri, the Ganesh festival, and yeah, just a silent prayer. Like I say a prayer even while sitting in the car. A silent prayer, even if I'm anywhere else. Thank you, God.
I'm very curious. Why didn't I see you too much in the Roshans? Yeah, I would have loved to see you more.
The question should be redirected to Dad.
Do you tell Dad?
No, and anyway, it was about the Roshans. So what would, how did it matter? It was a tribute to my grandfather, my father, my chacha, and my brother. And of course my nephews now. So it didn't really matter to me.
So how you are you like friends with them or
I love naughty kids.
Because you were one, no.
Naughty in a good way, yeah. But since Ritik, moved out when they were very young, so we really didn't get to spend too much of time. But whenever we do, I'm like telling them tera mera things.
Like what?
Then Ritik would come and scream at me, Didi, don't teach them that. Like, and my father, my dad, we have that naughty, musty streak in us. So.
How do you define yourself? And you're allowed to compliment yourself?
Of course I will.
Yes. As a daughter?
Obedient daughter. Caring, obedient daughter.
Sister?
Loving.
Mother?
Caring, nurturing.
Who's the naughtiest Roshan?
Dad and me.
Who's the naughtier one out of the two?
Dad does not know my secrets. I don't know his secrets, so I wouldn't be able to comment on that. Naughty in a good way.
Of course, yaar. वो तो सब जरूरी होता ही है ना.
So, he does not know mine. I don't know his.
Who's your 3 a.m. Roshan? Who you can call at 3 a.m.?
They're all sleeping.
They're all sleeping.
We all sleep at like by 12. I sleep much earlier, but we all fast asleep. And I don't have that need to call up somebody at 3 a.m. Not my family, not my friends.
Did you have that need earlier?
When I used to be a party animal 20 years back, yes. Not anymore.
The most strict Roshan?
None of them.
Yeah?
They were strict when I and my brother were doing something wrong, but they weren't like Hitler strict. They would say, this is the way it is. It's up to you what you want to do next.
Your mama's role in your life. She's got the cutest dimples in the world.
Yeah.
Tell me about your bond with your mama.
We are best friends. We are solid best friends. Friends that will never give up on each other. And she's been my rock. Solid at home. She's somebody I still cry to at times when I feel the need to cry. She's the only person in the family I show a little bit of my vulnerable side. Because Dad is like concerned over me. One tear and he'll be like, what has happened? It's not because of, I'm just a daughter, but because of all the illnesses that I've gone through. He freaks out.
Does he still have that fear of your illnesses somewhere subconsciously in his head?
He fears, yeah. I hope there is nothing more in store for her with an illness. It's but natural. Like, I fear for my parents. I hope they live long. I hope they don't have to face any more illnesses. And they're fine and strong.
What other fears? Do you have any other fears?
The fear of the dark in the room. I cannot have my room fully darkened.
So you have a light on in your sleep?
A small light on, yeah. I've passed on the bigger fears, so now I don't have any fears. अगर है भी है तो we'll deal with it and come out of it.
इतना तो डील कर लिया लाइफ में है ना?
अभी छोटा
अब इतना तो कर लिया है.
हाँ, तभी क्या छोटा fear. अगर होएगा भी we'll deal with it.
What are the 2 or 3 life lessons that you like to share with my friends who are watching us? And not only my friends who are watching us, it's my family, my YouTube family. What do you want to tell them?
Love your parents. Do not ever misunderstand their love for you. never give up on yourself. And don't think that you're the only one suffering or going through a challenge. We all are. And it's up to us whether we want to become the warrior or a victim. Please play the warrior and know that this is just a situation, and it's up to you whether you want to fight it with a positive mindset or not. And know that there are people who love you, who care for you, and just become unbreakable. Know that you're unbreakable.
Thank you, my darling Sunaina.
Thank you for having me here, my darling Sid.
No, and I really mean that. You know, when I talk to you, I see your eyes and they get moist at times, and I know that you've gone through so much, Baba. You got me moist-eyed too, because I lived your journey to whatever extent I could, Baba.
Yeah.
And I really pray that you keep empowering people. And the fact that you spoke your heart out shows the courage that you have, Sunaina. And I truly believe that you got a very, very deeper role for society in the coming years, and I feel that from within. And I also believe that women celebrate each other. So my wife Neha has started Kawai Cosmetics, perfume for kids, water-based, no alcohol, got vitamin E, which is great for the skin. Even grown-ups are using it, because if you have allergy, you can still use this. It smells good, but it's very safe. And she spent 5 years researching on this, because my daughters used to use her perfume. And she said, you know, I want to make sure it's safe for them. So she researched. I want to give this to you, Kawai Cosmetics.
Thank you.
This is the flower power.
Can I open it?
Yes, you'll love it.
Open. So
I will, of course, I'll do the honors. So here you go. I've opened this for you too.
I'm afraid. It is so refreshing and nice. It's so good. And it's so soft on the skin. And actually no alcohol, no residue. Please tell her thank you. And I would be getting more from her.
How sweet. Thank you so much,
It's really
Sunaina.
nice.
Thank you, darling. And I love you, yeah. I'm so glad we could do this.
I know.
You're feeling good?
Lighter, that I finally come out in the open. It took a lot to me to do this podcast where I'm talking about alcoholism, but I'm glad I did it and I could inspire people.
And thank you for choosing me as the person you'd like to talk about it openly. And I'm very grateful
So it
for
only
that.
had to be you and nobody else.
And I respect that. And I'm grateful for that. And this is one of those podcasts that when my daughters get a little bit more older, I'd like them to watch it, because I'm very proud of this and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my darling.
Thank you, Sid.
Sunaina Roshan. Unbreakable. Bye.